Hi there. Thank you for joining us for the 30-day sketchbook revival. It's been so much fun. So I'm Amy with Sugar Hill Art Studio, and I have the privilege of bringing you day 10. The prompt is something that is metal. How much fun. We are going to combine metal findings from your home, like a watering can, a pair of scissors, or any utensil from your kitchen just about, with blind contour line drawing. Okay, what that means is we look at the outside of our subject, right? And the lines that are in here, and we draw them without looking at our papers, without looking at our sketchbooks. It's super fun. It is a fabulous way to get yourself out of a creative rut or to kind of break up that mundane. Sometimes we just need to dive into a new kind of practice, right? Explore something different. And sometimes quick blind contour line drawings in the morning or before you start your art practice can kind of really get your creative juices flowing. It's also going to loosen that grip on your pen, your pencil, your paintbrush, whatever it is that you're using for that day. So I want you to give this a try. All right. You don't need much. You need a metal object. Grab your micron pen, your favorite black or any colored pen. Grab a pencil if you want. I even show you how I use a stick, a twig from a tree, and some inks when doing blind contour line drawings. And then we're going to get into our creative side, our childlike side, okay? The finished product isn't necessarily about it being perfect in the end, okay? This is a practice to help you become a better artist. The quieter and the more still you become with your art practice, the more you slow down, the more patience you have, and the more you pay attention to the fine details in objects, the more you're going to start to really hone in on your eye to finger, kind of bringing it all through to the paper art world. Okay, it's going to loosen you up. It's going to help constraints of perfection go away, and it's fun. So grab your sketchbook, grab your pen, and come join me. Hello. Okay, so we have blind contour drawing, and the theme, as was stated before, is metal. Metal is easy to find in our homes, right? And I'm super excited to have this prompt. The first thing that came to mind was scissors. Okay, this is going to be so much fun while doing blind contour drawing. Now, other things that you might have laying around your house, things I grabbed, tongs, okay, just a simple spatula. I even grabbed a watering can, okay, and that's going to be super fun to do. The other thing you need, I'm going to tell you, you can use a pencil if you want, okay, but I am strongly going to urge you to use a pen. Okay, for line drawing is, I'm going to bring in this pad, is looking at the outside, the lines of an object. So it's all about all of the lines that you see. Now, the other thing is, you know, you're not putting a blindfold on. We are simply not looking at our papers. We are keeping our eye on the object. Have your object kind of set aside at an angle that pleases you. What we're doing is we are, like I always have my students, my kids, when I taught middle school, you know, shake out your hands, loosen up, get that pen in the back, you know, hold it by the back. We're not gripping, we're not going super tight. We are just relaxed, and we're gonna just enjoy this process. You're trying not to peek at your paper. You are keeping your eyes on your object. Simple lines. It's all simple. Go slow. You're going to notice all of the dimensions in here. Okay? So I'm just going to start. And I'm going to start kind of on this handle here. All right? And that's kind of where I just have decided I want to start. And so I'm going to focus my eyes over here, and I'm going to try not to look at my paper. Let me make sure my pen is up and running. And here we go. Now, one thing that you're going to remember or want to try to remember about blind contour line drawing is layers, okay? Now, that was a very quick sketch. Do you see that? I've taken a look, and I could come back in and kind of definitely put this in and go over it a little bit more if I so wanted to. I also did that very quickly. So here we go again. And I'm going to take my time because sometimes I feel like it's good to do a few really fast to warm up, but then you want to do one where you kind of warm up a little bit once you're warm, and you're going to kind of go around, and I'm going to work a little bit differently on this one and kind of come in. All right, so I did just peek there. And I like the way that that's looking. Try not to lift your pen too often. Once your pen hits the paper, you don't want to lift it up. So I'm going to come back down, and then I'm going to stop looking. And I am going to kind of do this section first. All right, still not looking, and I'm coming up here. And I want to get that double blade in. And I did peek there just to see where my other part was going to come out. The more you practice, the more this is going to feel normal to you, okay? The more you do, the more often you're going to start to really see those lines. Now, I could come in on a moderate, and I could put, like, it says Pro Shear there if I really wanted. You know, you can really get some other lines in there. Fun, right? Now, what if we just take something really simple, like a spatula? All right, if we take the spatula, and we can't really, where I'm not gonna look, I'm gonna start with my little circle in the middle, and I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna come up and out and around. And remember, like I said, you really don't want to look. And I went super fast, and there is my spatula. All right, these are so much fun. Let me do a little mini version of our watering can here. And I do have to sometimes remind myself to take my time. You see how I'm just keep going back over and around. On my lines. I keep going back and around, back and around, back and around. And if I try my back and then one thing I wanted to show you, because I just want to, sometimes when we change things up, that creative block goes away, right? You slow down. Your eyes are beginning to see more and more shapes. Your drawing and your sketching practice is going to improve with every little bit of this. Okay, I'm gonna grab ink. Just take the top off. Okay, and yeah, a stick. You could use a bamboo skewer. You could use an actual fountain pen if you wanted. I'm going to blind contour with these scissors, okay? Where I'm at as far as with my ink, but we're going to just kind of come in and take some peeks. How fun, right? And we're gonna kind of bring this one out here. I didn't leave myself quite enough room, and that's okay. I know I've got some good ink there. And then I can come back in. How fun, right? And we're gonna get some. This is just a good little practice. Lots of layers. Lots of fun with mental. And let's pretend, just because I have this empty space, let's pretend that, you know, my little ink bottle is how'd we do? All right, so that bottles are fun. They're not always metal, but and then you can come in if you want and do some purposeful lines. I started making my own journals. There's a beauty, there's a quality, there's a loveliness to working in something that we've made. Okay, and so going through and finding a paper, a page that maybe I want to do this teapot in. And if I want to put watercolor in it, because I do use all kinds of different papers, but I know that this is one of my cotton papers. And I think I'm going to do the teapot right in here. This is just a homemade cotton paper with some fresh flowers pressed in. I'm going to use my Micron. I know that it will absorb in. And I will be able to watercolor on top of that. So again, my watering can is away from me. I've got my pen, and I am going to completely blind contour lines. So I'm paying attention to all of those outside lines. Let me bring this in and show it to you again. Just some of the lines that I have here. See, we've got the spout. We've got this beautiful line here. I've got this gorgeous triangle shape. I'm kind of leaving the top, plus there is the opening in the top that I see, and the handle. So while it is a straight up cylinder, there are a lot of shapes there that I can kind of grab and work with. I'm going to begin on the bottom because that just seems, that's going to be the last time I look. And I'm going to see if I can stay small enough to fit everything. Not looking, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to come up. And I'm going to bring my spout down. And then I'm going to come back up again. And in here, I need that little... I'm going to do a nice round circle. And this. And my handle, I know I'm coming off. I can feel it on my finger. I did lift my pen, which is going to cause me to look back down. So that's the thing you want to really try not to do, is lift your pen, because it's going to cause you to look down. I'm going to start back up here, and I'm going
to run, and I'm going to put, and I'm going nice and slow. Okay. And I am going to look again just because, and I went way too fast over here. And so I want to kind of just get a little bit more in there. And we're going to put a lip on here. You never know. I could do this again. I could do this 20 more times. Not a single one is going to look the same. Some watercolor on here. And I do love the gorgeous copper color and the blue color. So I think I'm going to do kind of a turquoise. And we're going to mix in here. I'm hoping that's not too terribly shiny for you. Oh, we're going to put in... We're going to get just a little bit of a blue tone for the silver parts. Now, this is just cotton paper, so it's going to absorb ever so quickly, right? And we've got this part up here. And I've got this. Come in, and we're going to make this a little bit darker. And anything underneath. The nice thing about the Micron pens is they don't typically bleed. I'm going to just kind of add some shadow in here. This part. And my favorite gorgeous bronze color. Definitely going to be up here. We've got it on this gorgeous handle and on this handle that is a little cut off. That's okay. I actually should have just used that for the complement. All right, so now I'm going to come in just with a little bit of that copper color to give some of that shadow. Towel. Painting on different papers, you never know what's going to happen, and that's why I love it. I love the surprise, the element of surprise, the little bit of highlights and things that happen when we try something unexpected and new. Love it. We're just gonna get a little bit more of that beautiful copper in there. And we're gonna put a little bit of that down here. And because I can, we're just going to do a quick little splatter. And is it a perfect work of art? No. A wonderful process for you to practice, something fun to put in a cute a sketchbook. Grab something, there, or just loosen up with some quick blind contour sketches.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Super fun. Very thankful to Susan for inviting me to join you all here. It's been a blast. So tell me what you loved. Did you love the ease and the quickness of, just grabbing a pen and some scrap paper and just kind of quickly loosening up, get your your creative juices flowing, right? It releases the constraint that sometimes we as artists put on ourselves. We're always striving for that last minute, perfection. And we don't want to do that, because as an artist, you grow when you understand that it is the progress, never the finished product. Okay. It's all about the progress that will get you to a happier place with your art. So I want you to remember that, change up how you draw your objects. Try the stick and ink or some pen. Try, painting with your opposite hand. Do not look at that paper. And then doing something in a fun little journal, making your own papers, working on different papers. There's a music sheet here. There's also the lovely little handmade cotton. So the watercolors definitely did their own thing here with the contour line watering can. So go ahead and explore, change things up, but keep practicing your blind contour line drawings, because throughout that practice, you are going to release your confinements that you put on yourself as an artist, and you are going to be a little bit more free. You're going to be a little bit more observant. And as you go through, I think with all of the different challenges and prompts throughout these 30 days, you're going to see a big difference and feel the difference from day 1 to day 30. So continue on, my friends. So glad you are here joining us. Don't forget to come follow me over at Sugar Hill Art Studio on Instagram, on YouTube. Come find my website, join my newsletter, Studio Sparks. It's a good one, always full of a lot of things. I will not sell your email. I do not email you junk. It's for artists only. All right. Thank you for joining, and have fun. I'll see you soon. Bye.